Hi, this is Dalaine from Colorpockit, and today I wanted to show you how to use a blending pencil and a burnishing pencil. Now the ones I am using are from a company called Derwent and from England, and I just ordered a package on Amazon that had two of each pencil. It had a little eraser and a pencil sharpener in it. So what I'm going to do is recreate what I did here over here to show you the effects of the two different pencils. So the colors that I'm going to use for the blending pencil are this aqua blue that is paired with the royal blue, and then also the seafoam green that's paired with the olive green. And so I thought it'd be kind of fun to sort of go from one color to the other so that you could see how the blending pencil works. So I'm going to start out with the aqua blue, and what I like to do is push pretty hard and just make a little outline along the edge so that I have something to color into. And I'm just going to go about halfway there. Doesn't have to be super precise or anything, but I am pushing pretty hard because this is where I want the most of the color to be. Okay, so from there, then I take and I do little tiny circles, and you always want to start light. You can always push darker later, but come in here. Now I can do pretty much the same thing without the blending pencil, but it's going to take a lot more layers and it's going to take a lot longer and take a lot of patience. So the great thing about this blending pencil is it doesn't take very long. So I'm going to go through again, and I'm going to come out farther this time. I'm going light. So basically, the closer I am to that circle outline, the darker it's going to be. And then I'm just working my way out from there. Okay, so right now you can kind of see my circles look pretty obvious. They're not super blended. So I'm going to lay that down, and then I'm going to take the blender pencil, and I'm just going to kind of, again, do my circles, but just over the top. And you can see how this just kind of immediately blends it all together. It leaves a little tiny bit of residue, so you sort of want to, blow a little bit and kind of get that off of there. But it blends it together really nicely. All right, let's start on our other side then, and we'll kind of just work them together. So I'll do the same thing with the seafoam green. I'm going to make a darker line around the edge here that I'm going to work into. And I'm doing this on a very large scale. You could do it, of course, a lot smaller. Put those together. And start with my light circles. And these ones toward the edge, you can push fairly hard. And come out a little bit with a lighter. There we go. Okay, now I take my blender pencil again, and I'm just gonna blend everything together. So if I didn't use the blender pencil, you would kind of see the delineation between the dark and the light, but with the blender pencil, it just gets it going all together. Okay, now I'm going to kind of just keep adding on until I get to the center where the two colors end up being mixed. So and the nice thing with the blender pencil is you don't have to be super precise. When I'm doing blending, just using the Colorpockit pencils without the blender, then I do kind of want to be more precise. And you can just keep adding more layers and using the blending pencil until you kind of get it where you want it. Now see, when I look at that, I kind of want it darker back in here, so I'm gonna go back through, and I'm pushing pretty hard this time. So I want that area to be a little darker. All right, let's add some more green on. So I'm taking the seafoam green and going around with that, pushing a little harder there toward the center to get it, toward the outside because I want it darker out there. And then go back over that part, make it darker, one here. All right, let's take the blender pencil and go over that part that we did. Okay, now I'm going to kind of blend them together. And I'm going to go this way because I want the blue and the green to be mixed. I don't want it to be too much of one or the other. I'll go the other direction too. And now I'm going to take the blue, do kind of the same thing. Go the other direction. Pull that center part in. Okay, and then I take the blending pencil and just do some tiny, tiny circles in that center area. Okay, there you have it. Now, the other pencil that I tried out is called a Burnisher. And what it does is sort of makes your pencils look shiny, almost metallic looking. And so to do that effect, I used two different pencils. I used the one with the dark brown, light brown. I used the light brown. And then the black and gray, I used the gray. So sort of a similar technique to what I did before, but just gives you a little bit different effect. So I'm going to take the light brown and do sort of the same thing I did before. I'm going to push real hard and just give myself a nice outline to work into. Then I don't have to be too precise about, oh no, I'm going to go outside the line. And taper that off sort of toward my halfway point. There we are. And I'm going to do my circles. Darker circles here toward the outside of the line. And let's go in with some overlapping, but with a lighter pressure. Okay, now I'm going to switch to my gray pencil, and I'm going to do that same dark line to work into on this side. And you can, you know, do either of these things with whatever color combination you like. I just sort of chose the gray and the brown because it was sort of metallic looking. A burnisher is a way to give you a little bit of a metallic effect without using a metallic pencil. All right, let's go back over there. I'm making my circles into the darker part. I'm pushing pretty hard because I want this to be fairly filled in. And then I'm going to do some lighter pressure. Now, one thing, when I'm trying to do blending, I don't want my pencil sharp. So, that's one thing just to kind of think about. I usually don't really want my pencil sharp when I am blending. If you're using the blending pencil, it doesn't matter as much, but if you're just doing blending on your own, now I'm going to use the two colors in the center to kind of blend it together like we did in the other circle. I'm going to go through, there you are. And let's go the other direction. I get super light and I'm not being real precise. It's kind of, you can just visually tell sort of when it looks blended. Now I'm going to switch back to that light brown and bring some of that out farther in this center area. Light, very light pressure. I'm going to go both directions. Okay, it needs a little tiny bit more gray. All right, and I'll blend out my darker color just a little more there. Okay, now it's time for our Burnisher pencil. There it is. It looks white, so I don't think really that it adds any color. And I'm going to do little circles. I am not being very precise on this either. And it leaves some residue too, so you just want to blow it off occasionally as you need to. So you can see this is blending my colors together too. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up a little bit higher, so hopefully you can kind of see that metallic effect. But the good thing about the Colorpockit pencils is they already sort of give a metallic effect when you color with them, so I don't know that you need the Burnisher as much, but the blender is a good tool, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.